Hi everyone, my name's Pieta Valentine. I've written 2 books, The Resident's Voice from a Dementia Unit and The Resident's Rise from a Dementia Unit. Now today's session is on getting to know the main carer in a dementia facility. Very important. Now whilst the video before was on the hierarchy of roles in a dementia facility, this video is going to be on the main carer of your mother, say, in a dementia facility. A very important role she plays in your mother's life, I have to say. Now, the nurse's station, which will be near the entrance of the facility, is like the official hub of the facility. So that's where the doctor's meetings are, that's where the nurse's station is, where the nurse will be, where the charge nurse will be, where questions and answers, telephone calls, everything official happens at the front desk. But the unofficial site, which is as important, or maybe not as important, but almost very important, is the resident's bedroom. That's also a little hub, because there the morning cares get done, the showering, the dressing, the hair washing, the bed making. The laundry girl comes in to deliver the daily laundry. The cleaner comes in to clean the room. All these things are done in, say, your mother's bedroom every morning. Now that is the time, if you want to go and speak to the carer or the cleaner or the laundry girls about your mother's whatever item that's got lost, you can sit there with your mother, have a cup of tea, and get to know everything of what's going on. Now, it's really helpful because with the front desk, you'll get essential information. So like the clinical manager and the charge nurse has access to all the notes, which the carers have to write every day, activities of daily living, any difficulties with any transfers, how the person's eating, how they are drinking, what they're drinking, if there's any specific problems. The carers work really hard at having to update all the notes every day. It's a big task, so that everyone has access to that. But it's the little things that sometimes get missed or aren't noted that are important, that you can pick up when you're sitting in the bedroom. Now, for example, if you're there when the main carer comes in, she's likely to say things to you, something like, it could be, it's winter, say, and you can ask her, well, do you think mum's warm enough, and she will, if you're not there in the evenings, and the day carer knows the night carers, generally they talk to each other as well, and they know the general runnings of the unit, and she could well say, well, look, I think your mother could do with an extra light mohair blanket or another duvet or a warmer nightie, or if she kicks off all the bed covers at night, maybe you could bring in a heater and then we could set that at low at night, so that she's warm even if she's got no bed clothes on. And maybe she needs some warm slippers, warm, comfortable, supportive slippers to walk up and down the corridor at night after she's been changed into her nightie, going off to dinner. Then they have to wear something, often they just wear their own shoes, but a nice, warm, supportive pair of slippers is nice in the winter. So you can just sort of, in a good dressing gown. Actually, that's something that often residents don't have. I don't think people think about it. Like, it's a public facility in a dementia unit. Like, when a person's changed into their nightie, they don't just go to bed. I mean, often they get changed before dinner. So they're going to dinner in their nightie. And if it's like a thin nightie, it's like, it's too revealing, I mean, they need a proper, good, comfortable nightie that goes, at least to the knee. So these things, the village manager and the nurse is not likely to sort of point out these things really, because they're so flat out, and they often think, oh, well, the wardrobe's up to the relatives, isn't it? But it's the carer looking after mother day to day that will notice and pick up and mention these things. Another aspect is the all too common tight blouse, you know, especially if mum's put on a bit of weight and it's tight and restrictive and all the fiddly buttons and stretching at the bust, and so uncomfortable and stressful if you have really uncomfortable tight clothes. So, you know, I know that carers are really good. They often know the shops to go to get some nice, comfortable, stretchy, nice, attractive clothing that's easy for them to put on in the morning, for the cares, and take off in the evening, at the end of the day before, you know, nightfall. So that's a really important thing. And then you can get 2 to 3 nice stretchy tops, even 4 or 5. And another thing too is when the trousers start getting too tight or too difficult, like with zips and buttons with trousers, difficult to put on, uncomfortable to sit in, you can still get nice trousers with an elasticized top, but with the shirt going over the trousers. So you can discuss this with your carer and try and make the outfit compatible with what they were wearing before, you know, so that they've got a similar look, but that they're comfortable. Same with shoes. Shoes can go missing easily. You know, a wanderer comes into a room, which they do any time of day or night, takes a shoe, hides it, stuffs it under a mattress, heaven knows where in the unit, down the toilet, rubbish bin, could go anywhere. Then if mum's only got 1 pair of shoes, you know, she's left with nothing. That's why it's always good to have spares. But the carer will update you on that. She'll, they really go to so much effort trying to find lost and found department is huge in a dementia facility. Really difficult. All these things going missing all the time. Having to find them. Shoes, hearing aids, glasses, and jewelry. Yeah. You know, that's why it's good to have jewelry that's not like gold or diamonds, unless it's on the finger and not likely to come off, you know, because chances are someone will pick it up, and that's that. So look, so that's why sit in the room in the morning. I think it's good to sit in the room anyway, like then you'll get to see whether mum, you know, needs anything else, you know, shampoo, perfume if she likes it, lipstick. There's always things to do. Tidying the drawers, that's an ever-present mission. Things always get, you know, in a bit of a mess if either the resident or the mother themselves or wanderers coming in just sort of shuffle through the drawers and everything just gets all mixed up. So it just makes for a more efficient process if the relative can be in the room, just tidy up the drawers, make sure the wardrobe, everything's in line and the wardrobe shoes are there and everything's lined up, that you've taken away the washing, that, you know, that there's not cake left in the drawer or cup of tea spilt all over the shoes, or, you know, there's always stuff going on to do. But unless you're in the room and spend time in the room, you'll never know. So that's why so many advantages of spending time in the room with your mother or relative and working out what needs to be done. And then from there, you can go to the official centre at the front desk and go through whatever you need to do in terms of doctor's meetings or requests with the nurse or clinical manager. By far the best way. Getting to know the carer, she'll update you on the daily accounts of your mother, you know, and it'll make for a much more friendly, interactive little community in a dementia facility. So that's that for today. Now, with all these videos, they're becoming a bit ever-present, I have to say. I know I'm putting all the information out there because I think it's important to support people out there, supporting people with dementia. So it's all on Facebook Business, all these 40 videos, almost I've done 40 videos, 20 videos for the techniques of the resident's rise and 20 videos for the techniques of the resident's voice and another 20 videos, techniques for the resident's rise. I know there is a lot because there is a lot to learn. And that's why it's helpful if you know in advance of someone going into a dementia facility being prepared. There's so much to know and do and be prepared for, and that's the purpose of these videos. Thank you.